You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, where you find yourself tomorrow is a function of the decisions and actions you take today. On our series, You Are Responsible for Your Life, we're going to be looking at the topic, Don't Play the Fool's Game. As adults, we're meant to sit down, reflect, review on how our life is going. We need to check the motive, our actions, why we're doing what we're doing, and the results we're getting. One of the fruits of personal responsibility is creating boundaries. And when we create boundaries, we experience freedom. When we think we are experiencing freedom without boundaries, we ultimately end up in bondage. There are three things I'm going to be sharing with you today that you need to stay out of. The number one thing is, don't think that you are smarter than the principle of life. These principles have been here before we were born. These principles work for those who walk it. These principles, no matter how smart we are, we cannot outsmart them. And we have to know that the principles of sowing and reaping has always been there. You and I cannot outsmart these principles. The principle of the way you want others to do to you, do the same for others. Now, it doesn't mean that we are perfect as human beings, but we can encourage each and every one of us to live a high standard and know that there are consequences for our actions. It makes us to think before we do things. So, playing the fool's game is thinking I can outsmart these principles that governs life. Is a fool's game. Nobody can. The number two thing is stop trying to please people. Is another fool's game. It's like looking at yourself and trying to capture all the air around you into a bottle or into a container. That is difficult. It is impossible to do. People will always have their views. Whether you do good or whether you do bad, people will talk. One of the things you have to do as an individual is be sure that you are yourself all the time. Then lean on doing things the right way. No matter what anybody is saying or what they think, make sure that you are leaning on the path of truth. It would help you all the time. You will be consistent as a human being, and you will have truth on your side. That cannot change. One of the things that you have to know is it's not how we present ourselves when things are good, but when things are going south, when in conflict, what do we stand for? What do we say? It's something to think about. Don't try and please people. You can't please everybody. But ensure that you're always doing what is right and always lean on the side of truth. Stand for something. The number three fool's game is people just try to live their life, copying somebody else. They want to live other people's life, not theirs. Now, if you know how that person is living and you know the details and you are inspired, educated by it, why not? You can pick up things and add it to your life. You can adapt, you can change. That's good. But trying to copy what you don't have details on, you don't know how it works. You are only going by appearance. You are measuring your life by other people's standards without having any detailed information. Is a fool's game. If you want to live that way, it means you can learn from people, get closer and find out what exactly are these people doing? How are they doing it? That is coming from an education point of view. But if you just want to run somebody's life with your life without knowing the details, you are heading for trouble. Instead of playing the fool's game, why don't you play the game of the wise? Knowing thyself. It is more important. The more you know yourself, the more you can change yourself, the more you can get yourself educated, the more you can run your own race, the more you can live your own life. The more you can stand for what is right, the better for you. If you have been getting value from our videos, we would like you to consider subscribing to our channel, clicking on that like button, and sharing with others. Remember, you are a difference maker, and being different is normal. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.